long time. Right, I know. I understand. I do understand. Well, if anyone comes in, because it's been a while. It's been a while. Yes, it has. It's been a while. Yeah, I declare. So we will see how, one person. Hi. Hey. Yeah. I know it's been a while. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome one, welcome two, welcome three, welcome four. Welcome all. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. And I just came to drop some love nuggets. Thank you for the thumbs up. And to encourage those who want to be encouraged. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. That is for sure. It is so sunny out here. It's like 43 degrees. And let's see. Hey, Marcus, the millionaire. Oh, is still rich. Well, do tell. Oh, well, do tell. Oh, my. I declare. It must be nice. It must be nice. Marcus, the millionaire, he is still rich. He's still rich. Well, I mean, okay, technically, I'm just saying, rich is a different level than a millionaire. So, either you're rich or you're a millionaire. I'm just saying. Rich, millionaire, rich, millionaire. Which one? Who's that? Hey, oh, Twisted Locks, how are you? How are you doing? I remember you on Teresa's live, correct? Correct me if I'm wrong. I remember you. How are you doing? How are you? There's a lot going on out here in the US of A's. I tell you, Mama said there'd be days like this. I declare. Oh, awesome. You're doing well. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that. Awesome, awesome. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm so happy to hear that. It is like 43 degrees. I feel hot. I want to come out of this jacket. I had this one on earlier. Matter of fact, let me take my seat warmer off. That could be while I'm burning up. And of course, I got a hat on. So, yeah. Yes, indeed. So it's warm. First, it was kind of cool this morning, yet sunny, hence the shades. And yeah, and I put on my gloves because it was so kind of cool this morning. Ooh. So I'm just driving through the city and all that good stuff. It's quiet here. What can I say? What can I say? For one, my deepest condolences to every family who has lost a loved one. Hi, Thompson. Where am I? Where am I? Take a guess. Take a guess. Do you still do work from home? I do. I can't say where I work from. I do. I still work from home. Not like ride share, Uber and Lyft kind of thing. I work from home for a brick and mortar company. I don't do deliveries and I don't do passengers. It has nothing to do with traveling. I don't even know how to explain it. I work from Yes, look, yes, I work from home. Okay, not necessarily the gig work, you know, but oh, I got it. It's a W-2. There we go. That covers everything. Is a W-2. So it's not a 1099. Okay, kind of gig. But anyway, my condolences go out to every family who lost a loved one in all of those particular recent airplane collisions and accidents phenomenon. It's like, what's going on? You know, it's like a Tasmanian devil, just like a tumbleweed, just from one level to another level. And then you hear all this information in the news. A lot of the news services, they give you snippets, you know, of different things. Of course, they want to pull on your heartstrings, and they want to do that fear mongering, you know, so they want to affect your emotional side of you in one way or another. You know, that makes you tune in, that makes you talk about situations more and more, and it just can upset your whole day. However, the way I see it is, as long as you are alive, as long as God, and this is the way I'm telling you, this is how I see it. As long as God open your eyes every morning, you get up and you live. Period. Period. You get up and you live. You get up again and you live. We hear about this, we hear about that. Some things are true, it's actually going on. Some things are not, you know? So it's like, you have to find a way to carve out. I gotta come out of this, man. I need my window down, but it might drown my voice, I don't know. Let me know if you guys can still hear me clearly, because I got the windows down. I want to feel the breeze. Woo, it's nice out. It's nice out. As long as you wake up in the morning, that means you still have life and you still live. No matter what you hear, no matter what you see, you still live. Because this is nothing new. Technically, it's nothing new. There's always been division amongst everybody, to be honest. I envy you, sis. Seems like you don't have a single. What? Look, let me pull out my list of problems I have. How much time a day do you have? Oh, I have issues. Believe me, I have issues. Oh my gosh, I live here, and I live here in Baltimore. I live here in Maryland. Okay, I have issues. Oh my gosh, yeah. However, my issues are more financial than anything else. I'm grateful to God. It's not health. You know what I mean? So it's health or wealth. Health or wealth. I have the health, not the wealth. Hey, oh, Coach Jazz, how are you? Good to see you. And it's like, I turn my problems that I can't handle over to God, and I pray. I say the prayer of serenity. So I'll know the difference. The things that I can change, I pray to God to give me strength to change them, to make my life better and those around me. And when I can't, I pray to God to help me to understand, to work around it, to work in it, you know, and to keep on living. But I haven't always seen life this way. Oh, I have a story to tell. Oh my gosh, I have a long story to tell. But once God brought me out from that side of my mental status, I vowed to never look back, to never go back. So this is the me after some trials and some tribulations, and the wisdom that God has given me that I was able to overcome and keep on living. It's good to see you, Coach Jazz. And so it's just a lot going on in the news. Me personally, I have turned off local news. I do watch like Forbes. I do watch things in reference to like world news, that kind of thing. And there's a lot going on. And a lot of people who looks like me, some are in fear of what's happening to others who look like us, who may not be classified as one of us. If you know, you know. They're going through a lot right now. And some people say that we are next, if you will. So this is my new channel, by the way. Oh, okay. I like the logo, Jazz. I like the logo. So it's like, for me personally, and I can only talk about me. I can't talk about nobody else. I can only talk about me. I don't have no fear. I wasn't raised that way, and I am older, so why should I have it now? That don't make sense to me. So I don't have any fear about nothing, life nor death. And I'm grateful to God for allowing me to be that way and not to consume my time, my peace that He has given me with negative thoughts, negative people, negative voices, negative activities. I'm the type person that everything can be falling apart. I'm that type person now, okay? Everything can be falling apart. But I have that vertical connection with God that I have peace in my heart. In life, and I've learned this and learning even more, there are going to be a lot of things that you're not going to like, you're not going to want, you're not going to agree with, you're not even going to imagine it can happen. I mean, it's going to be a lot of things. So, in the midst of all of that, you as the human being that has a mind, a body, a soul, spirit, you have different levels to yourself as a human being. I believe there's a point in time where we should know how to adapt to uncomfortable changes. Now, when it comes to people who are in the military or those who go through training, they are conditioned in a way that the battlefields or whatever assignment they're going on, they are aware of the possibilities. They are aware of the uncertainties. They are aware of, hey, I might not get back to my family, to my friends. Yet, they make up in their minds to pursue, to go on. Why? One of the reasons is there is a word called maybe. It might not mean a lot to a lot of people, but that word maybe can be life changing. It can be life changing. Another way of looking at it is, those who are spiritual, you may have heard us saying, I believe I will run on to see what the end is going to be. Not will be, is going to be. And when you have a mindset such as that, your present or current situation does not supersede the faith that you have in your higher power. It's in times like these, I believe, we need that spiritual, deep spiritual connection to help us through these times. That spiritual connection that our forefathers and ancestors before ancestors, you know, like way back when, that continue to run on to see what the end would be. Here I am, here you are, and other people are, you know. If they would have just totally, collectively given up, didn't fight for nothing, didn't desire nothing, didn't want nothing, just giving up to the system at hand during that time, you and I wouldn't be here. That would have been a generation that is totally done with. However, there were a collective few that kept on going, kept on wanting to see what the end, and is still wanting to see what the end is going to be. And a couple people come to mind for me. Currently, my mom, I have her name in my phone as Mom Strength. And she don't know that. But if she was to know that, she would say, God's strength. That's what she would say. However, I know it's God's strength. And that's the root that's in her, God's root. And it has given her strength. But when I see her, when I'm around her, I see Mom's strength. I know it's God, but okay. And then my grandmother was half Cherokee Indian. And a lot of people, they say, oh, there's no such, you know, so on and so forth, whatever, however people see that or whatever. Nevertheless, she was a woman of strength. She walked with authority. She had presence. You know, like, have you ever been in a place and you can feel people presence? Like, you can feel that energy of some particular people. Not that it's a bad feeling. It's not a bad feeling. It's a noticeable feeling, okay? And so it's like, that's how it was with my grandmother. And she remembers the days picking cotton and things of that nature, being in the South and so on and so forth. on the farm and different things of that nature. However, in the midst of all of that, she was able to own a store. I don't know how many acres of land she owned. She also owned houses that was paid for. And she had notoriety. People in her community knew of her and knew her. And they only, whenever I was around her and I would go in town with her, I only saw people respecting her. I never seen, and this is all races of people, they always respected her. And I remember when we would drive down to South Carolina, um, she would always say, park your car, because we had Maryland tags. And we would always drive her car. Well, she would have me drive her car. She would sit in the back, and my mom would sit in the back, and I would, chauffeur them throughout the town. And so, I, it was, how can I say it? It's like when things get overwhelming or out of control, or when things get kind of thick, if you will, we have to pray, I say, to God, the true and living God, to carve us out an area where we can stand in peace, where we can still grow, where we can still live, we can still be happy, we can still be sad, we can still commune with one another, we can still be as human beings. However, the way things are creeping around and the thoughts that people have, or some things you may hear, it can be disturbing to the point it will keep you behind your doors in your home. It will put you in a state of fear when you are free. It will put you in prison when you are free. It will become a new normal for you. It will become not really living, in my perspective. Not really living. And I think not until we all collectively, all, okay, collectively, those who are of the same mind, if you understand, not until we all come together collectively, we are going to continue the same domino effect from way back when. Have you ever set up like so many dominoes, or if you saw like thousands upon thousands of dominoes set up? One, is a process. Secondly, it takes a team. It takes people coming together, uniting together to actually design this. Once you knock one down, what happens? The other one falls. The other one falls. So you have one fall, two fall, three fall, four fall, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10 more, 10 more, 10 more. And you begin to see a different type of design. One thing that is the same, it's a design, but it's not the design that it started out to be. And the only thing I believe that can stop that snowball effect or that domino effect is if we have stability behind us. that if we get knocked down, we don't fall on someone else to make them fall, and that one make that person fall, and so on and so forth. But you bounce back. Come to think about it, how many of you remember the it was a punching bag that you could put on the floor? It was a clown. And you hit it, it'll go back, boom, come back to you. You hit it again, boom, it come back to you. It just every time you punch it, it go back and it comes back. But no matter what, it comes back. No matter how hard you punch it, it'll go way down to the floor. It'll go whoop. You hit it again. You kick it. It goes whoop. Then whoop. I'm back, and it comes right back. And I think that's the kind of mentality we need. In life, you're going to get knocked down. You don't have to stay down. Get up. Get up. Get up. Get up. Find another way. Strategize. That's right. It is Black History Month. I didn't see that. That's really sad. It's Black History Month. It's Black history for me every day because I'm Black. I'm African American. I'm Black. That's another thing. Let me tell you. I never understood, and even now, understood color. What are you saying? Well, I never understood the reason for labeling people by the color of their skin. Yeah, it's like when I was I wanted to get my hair dyed, and I was talking to the husband that died when I was somebody who knew about dyes, and how black is the darkest of the lightest color. The lightest color is the lightest of the darkest color. Is a spectrum from one side to the next. So it's like, I mean, what is black? What is white? I have a niece who is 7, I think she's 7 or 6 years old. And her teachers, are a particular color. And she told her teacher, she said, "You're not white, you're pink." Come on now. Come on. And the teacher understood what she was saying. So it just goes to show you way back when the mentality of some folks that it's like, well, I don't want to say light because then those people are going to be a part of the light part, because you have some light-skinned African American people. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like we gotta pick in these peanuts, and we gotta dissect it. We got to, maybe they were OCD, maybe, I don't know. Match the color according to the color you see. Okay, okay, we put that over there. Okay, we put that over here. And then, next thing you look and see, oh, okay, we see a variety of shades of color. And then it's as if, okay, now this color here, we want to make this color superior. Now this color here, yeah, that color right there that's darker, oh, definitely not. They're going to be the bottom of the barrel. They're going to be like dirt, like down there kind of thing. To the point that was some of the words that was, we were called, ancestors were called, and probably even still now. I mean, people are going to say negative things. I just see that, and I talk to my nieces and my nephews about it. I say it's just so important. I'm doing well. Hey, how are you? How are you in the UK? How are things in the UK? You've always been kind to me. I really appreciate that. Um, I tell my nieces and nephews, it's not what people call you, it's how you see yourself, because you live with yourself. You're with yourself 24/7. Rainy and cold. Oh, wow. Sorry to hear that. We're like about 43, 44 degrees. Sunny, but yet cool. Um, but not bad. We're supposed to have some snow. I believe it's Thursday or Wednesday or Thursday or something like that. Yeah. Remember, random, that is, he used to be an Uber driver in the UK, and he changed his name. Uh huh. Yep. And so, it's how you think of yourself 24/7, not so much how others see you. However, in our society, where you look for jobs, you look for entertainment, you look to just be out in the public, if you will, some people will view you or see you as a particular type of person. We must remember that is not your problem. That's their problem, because that is what they are thinking in their brain. You're not thinking that. However, it can be uncomfortable, you know, but we must continue on and pursue and carve out that area of peace for us, you know, not to allow the negative to control us in our current state that we're in. It's just like you can't solve everything, you can't prepare for everything, but you can solve some things and you can prepare for some things. And that's what you do. That's what you do in life, no matter what. You prepare for some things, you accept some things you don't accept, and you just have to have the, oh, excuse me, the mentality to continue on and to never give up. You got to have that spirit of never giving up. And that's how my mom is. That's how my grandmother was. And my dad, he was the same way. My dad was more of a stern parent. I had the best of both worlds because I had the nurturing part, which was my mom, and then I had that sternness from my dad, which I thought sometimes was a little too overbearing. But I think every child felt that way who had a father who was stern, you know. But I guess he did what he was taught, what he saw. Ooh, excuse me, and he repeated that kind of situation, I guess. But one thing I do know in my life, I haven't always had everything right then and there, but I had a good life. I did. I had a life with two parents who did love their children, also wanted us. That's a blessing all by itself. Provided for us and only wanted the best for us. Didn't want no harm to come towards us, did not want us to be around the negativity of the cruel world, kept us isolated from the craziness. So as I've gotten older, I can understand why my dad and my mom in certain situations, why they were the way they were, why they had restrictions in place. Because for one, they knew the world that we were growing up in. They knew the world around us where we had no clue because we had a young mind. You know, we didn't know. You know what I mean? We're growing up. It's like with a puppy. A puppy is full of energy. Oh my gosh. It's just, oh, it's like, oh my gosh. You know, they see the world outdoors like, wow. They don't see or understand, oh, that's a car, what it can do to them. Oh, that's a bike. Oh, that's a human. I don't know that person. Oh, that's another dog. I don't know how that dog going to attack, how he's going to be towards me. You know, they just full of so much joy in an area or world that has a lot of evil. And my parents prevented that at all costs, from what we watched on television, who we are socialized with, the schools that we went to, the churches that we went to, how things were ran in the house. A lot of times, to be honest with you, if someone say, have you ever experienced racism? I would say the only time I realized that there was a difference between me and others was I was in school. How old was I? I was maybe, how old was I think I was in elementary school. It was either third grade, maybe third grade or fourth grade, maybe third or fourth grade. There was, I still remember her name. Her name was Patricia. And she had brunette hair, slim, and she always had this brown stick in her mouth, and it just looked like, what in the world, what are you doing, kind of thing. It was weird to me, because, you know, we were raised that it's, you know, like certain things you just don't have in your mouth, and it just certain things you had to be a certain way, you know, carry yourself a certain way. And to walk around chewing on something, we really couldn't even chew gum, kind of thing. And we couldn't just go around sucking on a lollipop, even though it was so enjoyable. But okay, so I saw her sucking on the, I think it was a sugar cane. I think it was a sugar cane stem. And I said, what is that? Like, I was like, what is that? Are you chewing on wood? Like, you know? Because it looks like an actual tree branch. And she just charting, I mean, all day in class. Just, yeah. And she said, oh, I think she said it was a sugar cane. I said, oh, okay. She said, I will let you taste it, but you're black. That was the really first time I realized that there was a difference between, that was the very first time I realized people saw me different from them. You understand? Because we wasn't raised to discriminate against color. We just saw people. We weren't raised to, don't talk to that person because of that color. Don't be around this person because of that color. If my parents didn't allow us to be around a certain area or certain people, it's because of the characteristics of that person. That would be the only reason, not because of color. Because we dealt with, you know, people of this color who were in churches, in our community, you know, where we lived, and so on and so forth. And so I never seen them different from me, but that was the first time I realized that they saw me different than who they are. And so she said, but I'll ask my dad and if I can bring you some to school tomorrow. So I went home and I talked to my dad and I talked to my mom. And I remember my dad was, that I can recall, and this is many, many years ago. My dad was the type person, he didn't say, like, treat them bad. But I told my parents that Patricia said she's going to ask her dad if I can have my own sugar cane. And is it okay if I accept it? You know, could you ask, back then, when I was raised, you ask for permission from your parents to do this, to do that, to have this, to have that. That's the way it was for me. And so my dad said, sure, but bring it home first before you, put in, eat it or put it in your mouth, things of that nature. That's the way my parents were. I'm grateful for that. And so the next day came. I never thought anything about it. And she came to me. She said, my dad said you can have some. And it was in a clear bag, like a sandwich bag, not the Ziploc, like the regular ones. And she gave it to me. It was like 3 or 4 pieces that was cut up and everything. And I said, well, thank you. And I put it away because I knew what my parents said, to bring it home first, So that's what I did. And that's when I realized that was a sugar cane. And I was able to, my dad was, gave me permission that I could actually chew on it. And ever since that day, it's like we were friends. Well, I mean, we were more cordial, even though now I know there's a difference between us, because I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't see her as white. I didn't see her as pink, as my niece would say. I didn't see her as undertone of yellow. I didn't see that. I just saw a girl, and her name was Patricia, and she had brown hair. That's all I knew. And after I was awakened to knowing that some people will see me different, I didn't feel bad about myself. I didn't question things. I just knew when I was home, I enjoyed being home. When I was in school or out in the public, I didn't see any type of discrimination. I didn't see it. I think my parents had a way of still allowing us to be children, happy children, in the midst of the type of world that we were in. Because I do remember, what was the name of that place? Not Montgomery Wards. McCoy. It was a store, McCoy. I remember my mom would take us on walks, and she had a baseball. My mom had a good arm. She would throw the ball, and we would catch it. Perfect. And we did window shopping, but let me see. We didn't go in the store. I think it was, my mom was just doing window shopping, just walking and looking, at different things in the window, because we were out of school, getting us out the house, getting us walking around, enjoying the day. And I think what my mom was doing was, from the world that she knew and saw and what we all was living in, she and my dad refused to allow their children to be treated any differently, nor to feel ashamed of the color that they are. And that really, just looking back at that, that was really great, because I don't, me personally, as the fifth child, I don't recall experiencing racism, other than, like I just said, when I found out I was different from others, is when Patricia brought that out to me. Thank you, Patricia. Thank you, Patricia. Okay, thank you very much. Wow. And that was really nice, but it didn't hurt me or affect me. It was like, oh, okay. So it was like I was so nonchalant, like, okay, okay. you know. Um, but yeah, yeah. My parents, they did a great job protecting us. Wow. So if they were able to do it back then the parents can do it even now. Continue to protect your children from the evil that's out there, the discrimination. I'm quite sure it's more challenging now than the way it was um, back then. But it can be done. Sometimes you have to take your children places where they can not see that, not be around that negativity. Also, pray over your children before they go to school. Talk to your children. Fill them up with the optimism, the encouragement of you are somebody. It's not how people see you, it's how you see yourself. You know what I mean? Uh, uh, Point out those good things about them. Because think about it. As an adult, how many of you actually have individuals that when you leave your house and you're down in the dumps, that they really going to pour into you and make you feel like a champion before you get back home? Not too many of them. And a lot of times they will end up seeing you as a burden, because now they getting tired. Every time they see you down in the dumps, and they gotta pump you up. By the time they pump you up, they're drained, and it's like, what am I doing? What did I come here for? Wait a minute. What is it? You know what I mean? So it's like, you really have to, the parents really, really need to guard their children, not from living, but from the things that are out there to tear them down. Now, in this society where we are now, you have of course, the kids, because Patricia was a peer of mine who told me that because I was black, I couldn't chew on the stick. And to be honest with you, this is how we were raised. Even if she was the same color as I was, my parents raised us. We don't share cups. You don't, that would have been nasty for me to share that sugar cane that she was sucking on, and then I put it in my mouth. That was like totally nasty. So, you know what I mean? So it was like, thank you, Patricia, because what? I didn't, you know what I mean? I don't know what's going on with you and where you live and your family and so on and so forth. You don't know what's going on with me and where I live and my family. So, but children, they share stuff. They will take out gum and give it to their peer, and it's the innocence. It's the innocence of it. It's the innocence of it. So that was really a good thing. So, I think that's another reason why it didn't bother me, because we were taught you don't share. You don't drink out the same cup. And even with brothers and sisters, we didn't drink out the same cups. We didn't eat off the same plate. We didn't use the same forks. None of that. You got yours, you got yours, you got yours. That's it. We were raised to, even if you're chewing a stick of gum, you pray over it. A piece of candy, whatever it is that you put in your mouth, you pray over it before you eat it or drink it. So that was in us as young children. So and it continued to be in us as we grew up. My mom was a stay-at-home mom, so we had that the round the clock, you know, grooming, you know, when we were home, when we go to school, you know, we had that constant grooming around us because we always had an adult, a positive influence in our lives 24/7. And by doing that, that has really helped me. I don't, I never felt inferior to anyone. No one. No, not, and please, no, I don't think I'm better than anyone, but I'm not like a lot of people. Okay? Thank you very much. I enjoy my uniqueness, whatever it may be. It could be quirky to others, it could be, I don't know, whatever to others, but I enjoy me, the me who I am, the me who God has set me to be. I'm okay with that. If anybody else has a problem, it's just what I just said. It's their problem, not mine, but theirs. You know what I mean? So you know what? That's pretty cool. I had a pretty good upbringing. I don't regret it. I don't regret it because I'm just, comparing it with how things are now and how things used to be when I was growing up and how my upbringing really prepared me for situations such as this that's going on. Yeah. I'm a faith walker. I believe in God no matter what I see, no matter what I hear, no matter what is happening. I believe God, and I believe God is a changer, not only of life, but of things, of situations. And no matter how bad it looks, I'm serious about this. No matter how bad things looks around you, God has a way that's mighty sweet that you cannot even figure it out how he's going to work it out. I'm serious. This natural mind cannot figure it out. You know, like 1 + 1 is 2. Cannot figure it out how he will work it out. I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you what I know. Can I tell you what I know? That's what I know. That's what I know. And there's nothing too hard for God. It's like this. Let me tell you. Let me share something with you. When you have gone through certain things in life at a certain magnitude, and your main source was your faith, believing in Jesus Christ, and you're surrounded by faith walkers, those who believe and have the power of prayer, has the Holy Spirit, that guidance to the spiritual realm. You know without a shadow of a doubt, you can't help but know without a shadow of a doubt that there's nothing too hard for God. I'm just saying. It's nothing too hard for him. For you, it is. I'm just saying. It's horrible. It's horrific. It's overwhelming. It's just, oh my gosh. For you and I. But for God, nothing too hard. I know everybody don't believe it and won't believe it, but it's okay. I believe it. I do. And it has helped me. And and another thing, oh my gosh, I can't give it up. Because if I give that up, I have nothing. 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 And I don't want nothing. I want something. I want the something that has and will continue to make a change in my life. I Elmo you all. Those who know, you know. Continue to love yourself, change yourself, and know yourself. I forgot my own saying. That's sad. That's so sad. That is so sad. I'm going to try it again. Love yourself. Change yourself. No, love yourself, know yourself, change yourself to improve yourself. Shut up. I did it. So whatever. Whatever. Yeah. Take care. Talk to you soon. You hang in there. Don't never ever give up. And do I remember how to get off of here? I'm gonna find out. Yeah. Laters.